my channel. Recently on Instagram stories, I posted a question to all my fellow mamas out there. What is the #1 struggle that you have getting back into a routine? And I got so many responses and I loved it, and it's gonna help me actually create so many upcoming videos. However, the #1 question or the #1 struggle that I received is motivation. Motivation. How do you get motivated to get back into a routine after a summer of staking close to home, having lazy days or slow days? I know myself, I have found it actually quite hard to get back into routine. So I thought that I would sit down and make a little video to give you guys tips and tricks on how to stay motivated this fall, getting back into routine. Now that school is back and everybody's kind of finding their rhythm, I thought that it'd be a great time to sit down and let you know how I stay motivated as a mom. If you're new to my channel, my name is Angela and welcome. I like to do videos on all things about motherhood, cleaning, motivation, organizational tips, baking, pretty much anything to do with keeping that little munchkin of mine entertained. So make sure you click that like and subscribe button down below and also hit that bell for notifications. All right guys, I'm gonna give you my top 10 tips on how I personally stay motivated and focused to get back into routine. And I'm gonna count down from 10 to 1. Tip number 10 is reduce your clutter in your house. I find that when I have a cleaner house or an organized house, or a little bit more organized house, I find that I don't get overwhelmed and stressed out as much. So I'd like to try and clean a little bit every day so that I don't have everything piling up on top of me. I like to have a place for everything and everything in its place, or at least try. I'm getting Ava involved as well with helping with chores. She has to pick up her toys before bed, put them away. She has to pick up her toys even before lunch. She has to make her bed. So that's really helping me with reducing the amount of clutter that I have in my house. Sometimes I feel like my kitchen is kind of the dumping zone, so everything's kind of thrown in there, but I'm really trying to stay on top of it so that I don't have to have that to worry about. I can focus on staying motivated and getting into a better routine this fall. Tip number 9 is do something that makes you happy. So I know in the mornings, I am a bit of a grumpy bum. I'm not a morning person, so if I put on music that makes me happy, I always like have the Rat Pack playing, even Christmas music. Don't judge me, don't come at me. Even Christmas music sometimes in the morning just puts me in the better mood. Ava and I get singing as I'm making her breakfast, so that's a really good way to start my day off and help me stay motivated. Tip number 8 is to take care of myself. So trust me, ladies, I am not one to talk. I am not the pillar of health, and I know that. The COVID-25 is showing very well on me, but that's okay. If I take my multivitamin and I try and eat better, and even like I made a doctor's appointment just to get my physical and checkup, which I haven't done, it's overdue. Just little steps like that to make sure that I'm in my top condition to help take care of that little one. Help me stay motivated and a little bit more focused. To go along with tip number 8, tip number 7 is an important one. It's to drink more water. I wish I could tell you what he just said, but I won't. I'll keep it PG. Tip number 7 is to drink more water. If you hear a voice back there, this is my husband. It's a joke amongst my family when they watch these videos. It's like, where's Waldo? His head will like peek out, or like a hand will come in, or he'll make like a side comment. He doesn't like to go on videos very much, but his comments are always witty. Anyways, tip number 7 is drink more water. Now, I am an iced coffee queen. I love my iced coffee. I love my caffeinated beverages. Every morning I like to start off with an espresso latte, but now I'm introducing a glass of water before I get that Nespresso latte. I have a water bottle with me at all times, and I find that I feel better when I have more water in my system and not as much iced coffee. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still making my iced coffees. In fact, I'm making some other seasonal coffees coming up in a nice video that I think you guys will really enjoy. Some pumpkin spice, maybe. Yeah, some pumpkin spice, even like a little pumpkin hot chocolate. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked talking about coffee. But water really helps me. It helps me especially with like afternoon brain fog. I don't know about you. In the afternoons, my eyes start to glaze over. But before I reach for a coffee, I will have water, and I find it actually gives me more energy. So drink more water. Okay, tip number 6 is a really straightforward one, but sometimes it's a difficult one. Get dressed. I can get into a little bit of a rut where I'll just like throw on leggings and, you know, not put on makeup, or just want to have like stay in my pajamas until like 2 in the afternoon. Don't judge me. But I find in the mornings, especially if I get dressed, I put on jeans, I put on my makeup, I do my hair, I put on earrings, I always feel a lot better and motivated to get my to-do list done. Whereas if I'm in leggings and I kind of give myself an excuse not to be as productive, I kind of, you know, it's okay to sit on the couch and scroll through my phone, or it's okay just to lay in bed another 10 minutes more. It's okay to give Ava her iPad for another 20 minutes more, right? Whereas if I have jeans on, I'm dressed, I'm focused, I feel like, no, I need to accomplish things today. So get dressed and put on those earrings and a red lippy. Red lipstick always makes everything better. Okay, and to stay along with yourself, tip number 5 is get moving. And I am not an exercise queen. I don't like to exercise. I walk. And walking always helps me. It helps me clear my mind. It helps me just to take deep breaths. It helps get my endorphins moving and get rid of that cortisol, because sometimes I can be a big stress ball and I really internalize all of my stress and my anxiety and my worries, especially right now with everything so uncertain. I know moms and dads and caregivers and guardians, we are all stressed and worried about our little ones and making sure that they have the best time going back to school and that they're not worried, but then we put it all on ourselves. So sometimes I just go for a walk, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, wherever I can get it in. And I'm not just talking about walking around a grocery store, I'm talking about actually getting outside and getting some fresh air. It always helps me clear my mind. Tip number 4 is make a morning routine for yourselves and your little ones, especially if you're a stay-at-home mom like myself right now. I'm not currently going into work. I work from home. I do preschool from home for Ava. We're homeschooling her. So I find that if we stick to a morning routine, actually I'm gonna put a link to a homeschool routine video that I just did for my little one and I find it really helps us. Like Ava's excited, she knows. She gets up, she makes her bed, we have breakfast, brush her teeth, put her clothes away, and she checks off her list. She loves it. During these times as a family, we've decided to keep Ava home for preschool. So that's why we are homeschooling her. But I find that if I stick to the morning routine that I've set out for Ava and I, we are 99% more productive. I can't get over how much better it is. She takes responsibility and accountability for her day. She gets excited. I stay motivated too because I'm excited to get her going and moving. It's way more productive. So get a morning routine, but check out that video, guys, because there's some good tips in it. Tip number 3, lists. I love lists. I have a notebook with me at all times, and I have lists upon lists upon lists, and I have lists that say, remember to do your to-do list. I find that when I make lists and I put everything down on paper, I am 1,000 times more productive. I'm a little bit old-fashioned in the sense that I find when I put pen to paper, I am more productive. I get all my creative ideas out. I really brain dump rather than just typing it on my phone. I do transfer my list to my phone eventually, but pen and paper is where I start. And I find that when I set out goals for myself, whether it's goal for the day, goal for the week, goal for the month, I get excited. I'm excited about achieving those goals. And sometimes the biggest motivation to me is not necessarily achieving that goal, it's checking it off my list. There's something about a final check mark that makes me so satisfied. So make those lists. Even if, and sometimes I even do this too. I'll have a list and then I'll add something to my list and cross it off immediately just because I want to see that cross. So I'm going to do a video later on about exactly how I goal set and how I keep my schedules and organize my to-do list. But sit down and dedicate some time to yourself. Sundays are my days where I sit down and I goal set for myself. I also look at the week that I have ahead and I really figure out how I'm going to get from A to B. So sit down, dedicate some time, make some lists. It'll help you feel motivated because now you have a roadmap and you know where you want to go. Tip number 2 is making lists of what I'm grateful for and not necessarily just what I'm grateful for, but what I'm looking forward to. I have found September to be really difficult to be excited about. To be honest, I was excited about, and I still am excited about Ava's preschool. And that's about the only thing that I'm excited about this fall. I feel like the weather's turned colder sooner, the leaves are turning yellow sooner. I don't want to pull up my sweaters and my big puffy warm jackets. I want sunshine and summer to last longer. I feel, and I think that most people would agree with me, summer, well, this year in general, it's kind of been a ripoff, hasn't it? We haven't been able to achieve all the fun things that we usually do. Ava didn't even get her own birthday party, and it's sad. She even mentioned it the other day. She's like, why don't I get a birthday party? So what I've done is I've started to sit down and not just make a list of what I'm grateful for, but make lists on what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to Christmas. Number one, Christmas. But then what am I looking forward to about Christmas and all the fun family activities that I want to do? October, even leading up to October. Okay, so Ava and I have started a fall bucket list. So what are the top things that we want to do this fall? Whether it's have a campfire and roast marshmallows this fall, or what crafts are we gonna do? What things are we gonna bake, like apple pies or apple crisp, and pick some apples. We wanna go to the corn maze. We wanna take pictures with sunflowers. So there's a lot to look forward to. So I find that I get more excited when I put my brain into that instead of, oh, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna make for lunches. Okay, what's in season at the grocery store? What's my budget? Okay, meal planning, all of that garbage can wait till later. I just want to turn my brain into a little bit more of a positive area. So what am I excited for? Thanksgiving. And I know Thanksgiving's probably going to be a little bit different this year, but let's talk about turkey sandwiches. I'm excited about turkey sandwiches. Stuffing, I know Mirik is excited about stuffing. Cranberry sauce, pumpkin pie. Oh, I want to make pumpkin pie. I want to get Ava involved in that. See, already I feel better. So make those lists on what you are looking forward to doing, not necessarily what you have to do. All right, and the number one tip, and yes, Angie, in the future, you should be taking your own advice, sleep. Set a bedtime for yourself and get some sleep. I am a night owl, and it is so difficult for me to turn my brain off at night. I will sit there and scroll on my iPad. I'll go on YouTube. I will try and read a book. I'll listen to an audiobook. Yeah, sometimes I will even go on social media. So friends of mine out there, if you have some tips on how I can shut my brain off and go to sleep, let me know. However, Mirik and I, he's like Cinderella over here. 10 o'clock hits, boom, he's in bed within 15 minutes. As soon as he closes his eyes, he's asleep. It drives me nuts. It actually makes me mad. I sit there and I look at him angrily and I glare at him because he can fall asleep so quickly. I don't know how.
Can you feel the love tonight?
I wish I could do that, but I'm getting better at it. And I find like when I get at least 7 hours of sleep, I am a much better mommy. I can focus, I get way more done, and I'm motivated instead of just, oh, I'm so tired. Okay, now I need a coffee. Then I don't want to eat properly. I won't drink enough water. Then I don't want to get dressed. Okay, so now I don't want to get dressed. Okay, so then, you know what, Ava, today we're just gonna have like iPad day. So we're just gonna sit on the couch and watch movies, and then I don't really wanna go outside. See, it's just a snowball, and then it continues down until it becomes an avalanche. But if I get sleep, then I wake up, I feel good about myself, I wanna get moving, I wanna get outside, get that fresh air, and get my to-do list done. So girls, get some sleep. All right guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video, my top 10 tips on how I stay motivated as a mommy, or even just parents in general. And let me know down in the comments below if there's other things that you guys do to keep yourself positive and motivated. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Mwah! Bye!